In foreign affairs, perception is reality. And you don't have to take my word for it. If there are Pew research and Pew polling that says, frankly, that 57% of the country's polls said that the United States used to be a good partner. Used to be. 67% said very much on the somewhat side, somewhat the United States is a good partner. That's a catastrophic decline from previous years. And in fact, after the debacle, what many would describe as the abrupt and haphazard departure from Afghanistan, Biden's external polling across the world went down approximately 10%. They did not view that as handled well. Yes, we had partners, but our partners were there in part to get their own people out. And I can tell you, as a matter of personal experience, our partners tried to intervene on several occasions to help us get our folk out. One of our colleagues from the Atlantic actually was overseas and interviewed dozens of foreign ministers, diplomats, journalists, and foreign policy practitioners. And he was overwhelmed by the pessimism and the decry that America is stepping away, that America is no longer willing and able to project power. And part of that is, and I think Mr. Vikram raised it, in relativity to other powers, they're rising. And that has resulted in a decline in our ability to, for example, control economic and military realms that we used to be the sole real practitioner in. I think there's a big argument, by the way, Vikram, that we have really slid a bit away from our uncontested lead militarily when you look at what China has done in a number of venues. But more importantly, they look at what happened on January 6th. They look at successive presidents really since the late 200s, and even our president now, and they look at what is ambiguous policy. They look at an internal divisiveness, not only socially, but politically, that prohibits our Congress from having a hard-edge, cutting, clear foreign policy, but also prohibits us from really implementing it. So at the end of the day, we have, in matters of our ability to implement a hard foreign policy abroad, we have declined significantly. And that has terrified our allies and emboldened our adversaries.